Welcome. We have just gotten back from the UK. Just come back. I've been back one day. I was going to do this sooner just to have the, the intensity of the fest. But with we, I mean me and Razlik went to the Life After Death Fest in London at the Walthamstow Trades Hall, which deserves a mention. It was kind of a bingo hall, local. I don't know how to describe it actually. But yeah. Crypt of the Wizard did their fest there. Megadeth, Crypt of the Wizard, Phantom Lore, and Miss Saka were the vendors. And then the food, yeah, were the... I can't read that. Burger Serre, or Surf, something like that. I don't know. The finest burgers in all the land. And they had some great stuff. I survived on that, basically. This was a lineup, 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. I didn't miss one band. I don't know, that's a lie. The upstairs hall was most of the dungeon synth, and I missed a few things there. I only saw Victorian Spectre and a little bit of COTW. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but for the rest, Shin and Shine had to bow out. But yeah, this was basically the lineup. Not a bad band on the bill. I'm not going to go through them all, but you'll see what I dug the most, and I'll try to dig up as much memory as I can because it got hazy during the end times. First, I want to thank Mr. Axel for hosting us. He did a wonderful job of hosting us, guiding us around, getting us on time to the places we needed to be. He bowed out the last day just because me and Telzik wanted to go into Soho to go to a record store that he said was a malt shop and there was nothing there for him. He was a bit wrong, as you will see, but nonetheless, here is the wristband to go all nerd. There you go. Great festival. I mean, from the people there to, it was comparable to Aschach in the people there, I guess, but it was black and whites, perfect experiences to counter actually. So yeah, great people, great place, great food, great everything. Charlie, job well done, mate. I'm going to do something that I don't do usually. I'm going to show some CDs because Axel said we got to meet each other, as these things usually go, by sending pictures with large X's in them. I don't know why, it just went that way. So we started talking, I think maybe half a year ago, I don't know, no, year and a half ago. I'm not going to divulge this whole story, but yeah. When the time was right, he asked us to stay there, and yeah, we just did. He told me he had some CDs for me. It turned out to be one big rack and 2 boxes, or 3 boxes. I was thinking, how am I going to get this all over across the pond, but we managed. I took about 20, I guess, so 20 CDs to start off with. Why, it will become clear. I'm going to show these in rapid succession because I haven't looked anything up year-wise or something like that, and they are such classics that it's really not that important. First one is Enslaved with Frost. This came out on Osmos. These are all, I mean, they're dustier than your uncle's apartment. So these are all originals from way back then, from when they still had to write compact disc digital audio on a CD. They are, this is the printed on version. Oh, this won't fall. Satyrial with Lord of the Night Realm on Napalm. This is the digipack for that one, I guess. There you go. Booklet falls out. There is not a really good place to put it. That's why. But yeah, it has the booklet. Then, one we all know, I guess, Morbid Angel. Blessed Are the Sick, the limited edition dual disc on Earache. This also falls open a few times. I'll do the big one. It is a CD DVD, so I don't know if that will play in the car. But yeah, it's the same stuff. That was Morbid Angel. We are listening to Old Tower, if you hadn't noticed. Draconian synthesis, but that will show up on another video. Dark music. There we go. Then Aeternus Beyond the Wandering Moon. This is on Hammerheart Records from Holland. Once again, a weird, how the digipacks folded open back in the day. Here you go. I'm not going to do them all because this is going to be a long video. Emperor and the Nighttide Eclipse on Candlelight, yes, Candlelight 08. Then a newer one, but still a classic, well, newer, Necromantic Worship. Ancient Rites with Fatherland, this is on Mascot. Very cool CDs. This is Mayhem with Chimera, and the CD is not in here, but I just took it for basically this pick of Necro Butcher. The hardest. That long sleeve though. Killer Ancient with Svartalfheim. There you go. On Listenable and Osmos. Very cool. Mutilation with Remains of a Ruined Dead Cursed Soul, and this is on Drakar. Let's see if there is a picture in here. No. Like that. Then Witchcraft by Jesus. Obtained Enslavement. And this is on Wounded Love Records, I think. Here we go. Classic cover with the blue lettering. Love it to death. That was the booklet. As you can see, they're slippy. It's because of the dust. I know myself, I'm going to put these away, but yeah, there's the logo there. I'll knock them over in a minute. We're halfway through. This is Satyricon Dark Medieval Times, and this is on Osmos France and Moonfog Productions, of course. Classic looking artwork. Burzum with Det som ein engang var. There we go, on Simophane and Misanthropy Records. The Druid. Beautiful Blizzard Beasts with a etched CD case. This is on Osmos, of course. Very nice. Very cool. With the textured booklets. Then Mayhem. Oh, those names. Mediolanum Capta Est. Also with the etched and metallic logo on it. Maniac cutting away. This is on Nocturna Music. Psy, Infidel Art. This is a very nice digipack, love the cover art. Japanese Killers. There you go. On, I don't know actually, Nihil. Cacophonous Records, I think from London. Cacophonous. Dissection, Storm of Lightsbane. Real classic, Nuclear Blast. There you go. Candlemass, Epicus, Doomus, Metallicus. Bonus live CD, Candlemass in Birmingham. Peaceful. Almost True. Another classic, and this turned 32 last year. People tend to celebrate those weird birthdays year by year, but it is one of the biggest classics, so yeah. There we go. Also on Peaceful. Toulouse with Pure Black Energy. Love the cover. Incredible. This is on a Dutch label, I think, no? Book self-released 69. 96, of course, not 69. Where is my mind? Creator with Pleasure to Kill. This is on Noise International. Some trash. Then into the last two. This is Dimo Borgir with Storm Blast on Cacophonous Records once again. There you go. And then last but certainly not least, my favorite of the bunch, Summoning. There you go, with Minas Morgul, some Lord of the Rings worship. Love them to death. And this is on Napalm, of course. There you go. Those were the CDs, all a gift by Mr. Axel. Thank you very much. The last thing he put in my backpack actually is the compilation Ridden with Disease Killtown Deadfest. 1st to 4th of September 2022. This was the one I was going to normally And this is the commemorating tape box that is just cardboard, flipping open to reveal a bunch falling out, of course. Desiccated Productions, it is across, but there's nothing in there. And then the tapes are, you know, just compilations with all the bands that played there. Basically same looking artwork that you know from the fest. And this was the playbill. There you go. So a lot of good stuff. Innumerable Forms, I knew was there. What else? Hyperdunsha. A lot of Death Metal, of course. Dead Cult. Mortiferum, Dead Congregation, Crypts, Command, which I definitely want to see. Concrete Winds, and so forth and so forth. Yeah. Really cool box. Thank you. Excellent. He's not really into, you know, he's more a digital man, I guess. London is a very on-the-go city, I noticed, so a lot of people tend to go digital, I guess, with their stuff, not to have a lot of stuff crowding their apartments. How to do this? Let's see. So yeah, the fest started on Friday. We got to Stanton Airport or something like that. We quickly realized our cards didn't work, so we had no money. A lot went wrong, but a lot went right. So we fixed all that and we hit the main venue, I think, Friday around 1. Had some lunch, and at 2 they already started with Blood, Vacuous, Parasite, Dreams, Vanenberg, Parish, Nuit Noire, Sunshine, Bowed Out, Iron Griffin, and Kaapstok. So that was a full day. And the upstairs hall was this, yeah, a little room with a bar also with Ecstasis, I think, Victorian Spectre, ASLTD, Kudwig, and Eros Catheter. But yeah, as I said, I was busy downstairs, so I didn't make it upstairs that much. The first thing I bought, let's do it kind of in order, I guess, is the Jesus from Mesaka did the distro, or the, yeah, he sold for Vanenberg, and they had some tapes. I think they had 4. There were 2 of this, and then 2 of the red one, but I don't know, not Vanenberg, a different project. But this one was not in the collection, so it turned out really good for me. It's called Slange Sagen, something like that. As usual, it is impossible to pronounce. They played a very good set. They are maybe the most serious and hardest of the entire Corpsant scene. They have a really good singer, a guitar player. The bassist is from Natatale Frenelit fame, and then the drummer. It's a really good drummer, but they're the most serious guys also. So yeah, serious guys make serious music. Not to say that the rest is not, but this is some hard stuff. Those are the 2 guys. Yeah, without the guest bassist or the live bassist. So a 4-tracker maybe? Yes. I'm not going to try and read those titles, but yeah, a very good set, and thank God they still had this in stock. This disappeared. Yeah, 2 tapes. It disappeared enormously fast. And they had the best shirt. I bought 1 shirt, and that is this one. There's a Vanenberg logo. I think it's called Flag Carrier or Flag Wheel or something like that. And this is the back, which is, I've never seen this design ever. So yeah, cool one. And I love these breast prints, or the breast pocket prints on the front. Very good. These 2 I don't know too much about. Let's do the tapes of the fest first, and then dig into, you know, the entire thing. Cheers. To all the people there. There was a empty spot in the distro for people who just, you know, wanted to plop down something, I guess. And there was this guy sitting down, and he had 2 tapes for sale, only possible to buy through PayPal. Still going. And I don't know anything about this band because the scope, like I said, is kind of off the raw, newer material in black metal. But I knew the logo just because everybody knows this logo. So I dipped in for these 2. Now I don't even know. I think the band is, I don't know, Keys to the Astral Gates and Mystic Doors, but it's 1 and 2, so it's the black and the white, and these are the DG boots, I guess, 100% unofficial. Now he asked the guy if he could do it, and yeah, he said, okay, just do it. So it's a black one and a white one, just like the recordshops. Hail Empty Pit. Yeah, it just says that keys to the astral door. I don't know. We'll see what it is, but they looked nifty and they weren't that expensive. There we go. And this is the black one in these clamshell VHS cases. I mean, look at that logo. And look at his face. He can't even believe that's their logo. But yeah. So these two, I'm excited. Maybe they'll show up in a tape later so I can talk a bit more about them, because I actually have no idea. I kind of have an idea what it's going to sound like, but it looks a bit dungeon synthy also, so I'm not sure. Now this was in my bag and I have no idea how it got here, so I need to contact the Eisenhand people to rectify the situation, because it's probably, I grabbed it in a drunken stupor. But yeah, here we go. Eisenhand. They were the last band on the last day. Yes, there were a few bands that were the more of the heavy metal variety, I would say. Like Iron Griffin was the first one. What else? Iron Griffin, Riders of Rohan, and there was one more. Perish. These guys, by the time Saturday 10 o'clock, I was pretty in higher spheres, let's say. So I have seen them and I know they kind of rocked. They had this triple guitar in front with a singer, or double guitar, one bassist, a singer, good drummer. And one of the guys lit his hand on fire. They had the Go to Warwick's logo in the back, but it's just a gauntlet, I guess. So it was the Eisenhand. This looks very self-released. It's called Unknown Roads. Strengthened by Time, White Forest, Fires Within, Dead of Night, No Return, Steel City Sorcery, Dizzying Heights, Iron Hef, Adam Torpedo, Domaniac, Fabs, and Mendelhummer, I guess. Sloppy Rehearsal was recorded for Unknown Roads Weekender in 24. Oh, okay, so it's for the fest, I guess. Oh no, I'm not sure. In our rehearsal space at Glasscherben Wirtel in Linz. This cassette documents one of the most important keystones of this band. Listen to us slowly get more wasted and stoned on weekend nights. I'll manage that. Passion, dedication, and the inner fire. If you bought this cassette, you are supporting uncompromising heavy metal and bringing the best or worst onto unknown roads through Europe with great enthusiasm and bad financial planning. Thanks. Copy number, it's not written down which one it is. But yeah, very cool. And I will get in contact with them somehow. There you go. Paste it on tape. Nice medieval weaponry there. And yeah, like I said, there was not one bad band on the entire boat. It's insane. It's insane. I'll talk about it more, but when I got into the venue, it was like, oh Jesus, how is this going to be sound-wise? And when the first band hit, they were all so, everything was so tight, everything was so neat and good sounding and incredible. Okay, I'll talk about it more band by band, I guess. The first shop we hit was on Saturday, because Friday we arrived, like I said, at we just had lunch and then went to see Blood, which was basically, Charlie told me it was the first drummer of Electric Wizard and a bass or guitar player, I can't remember, that played mainly that kind of style, early, yeah, Electric Wizard, do me slow. But Saturday, Axel took us to Rise Above, or we took ourselves to Rise Above Records, which got some fame through some vlog spots, or blog spots, whatever. So I had high hopes for that shop. We went in, and I didn't have too much time because we kind of went there late, but I'm usually, that was loud. This is Longbow, no apologies, that will come up later maybe. I didn't have too much time, but I usually go to the metal, the punk, and flip to the rest very quickly, so I had time enough. What was going to be a really good record shopping experience turned out to be not a disappointment, because they had a lot of good records, but the quality wasn't always superb. I met Adam there, I think his name was Adam, he was shopping hard too. He got some neat stuff, and he said there's some Battery original there, and they had to return for I guess £90 or something like that, but then the entire cover was with tape, held together with tape, so they had good records, but the quality wasn't always there. And when the quality was there, the prices were, as you can imagine. All this to say, I just got one record, and if you see how this video will progress, you will know why I'm thankful I just got one record there. Because there was some good stuff. There was the Battery, which actually I should have grabbed. It was, you know, the perfect copy. I still haven't learned my lesson after the Merciful Fate one. That was there. There was some Celtic Frost Emperor's Return, which was a fantastic copy, but always missing something here and there. Then this one showed up, and I was on a solemn kick after grabbing the Agent Orange last, and this is the record that came before that. I don't know, I think it's their third full length, but I'm not sure. Mortal Way of Life. There you go. And this is actually, there are versions of this, but this is a pretty good version. It is not too cracked or not too damaged, it just looks like it's off the time. And it's a weird cover for a solemn record, because this does not rhyme with this, but you know, there you go. There is a lot in here, and I'll try to get it out as safe as possible. The first thing is the records, of course. This is once again a clef hammer steam hammer, yes, with the bass clef logo in there. What else is in here? There are the original inner sleeves with all the steam hammer releases. There you go. And it goes from Destruction, Hobbs, Angel of Death, Assassin, Satan, Ruffian, Sodom. It's all on here. So yeah. Natürlich auf Steamhammer. Then there is the Mortal Way of Life, Sodom, the ones that came before them. Persecution Mania I still don't have, so I guess it's the fourth full length, fifth full length maybe, I'm not sure. And then there is this promo sheet, or yeah, the order sheet that you can grab some more of their material. So this was actually, for me, it was the price because it had everything. It was in a perfect condition for its age. And then it also had the sound and vision cards. So the German pressing of this monster records. We'll get it in as quickly as possible. I'm going to warn you, could be becoming a long video, of course. Is everything in here? Everything is not. So yeah, that was Crypt of the Wizard. They had some incredible stuff, of course. They had the Vertigo Swirl bin, which was Filth. There was a May Blitz record for 500 euros. They had some Can that was incredible, but I had to think of the fact that I need to carry it or just get it across the pond all. And we went with Ryanair, so I had one backpack that was like maxed out. And then I actually had a records bag that kept all the LPs. And Razlik had the brilliant idea of taking a duty-free bag in the airport and just put that over it, seal it, and just carry it on board that way. So that worked out perfectly. Because of the Faneberg, Jesus from Misaka, I overpaid him, or he asked me £5 too much, and there was a bin at the end of the night. He said, "We're leaving, I don't have €5, please see if you can find anything in the bin." And I found the Old Evil from Baksaksa. Sorry for the emission there. So yeah, I didn't have this one. It worked out perfectly, and $5 for this one is actually a very nice deal. This isn't a mini or an EP. It has an intro and then 4 tracks on here. Sepulchral Winds Return, In the Shadow They Lurk, Bells of Sharon, and The Old Evil. On Iron Bonnet, Black Bunker Sounds. So yeah, you know what this is. German, old school, ancient black metal. And, you know, for €5. It has always been on the list to get, but it was always like for a mini and then to pay 20 or something, so 5 was perfect. But this should be in the bins for 5 because the people who really needed it or wanted it already bought it, and then people who by happenstance discover this one for 5, they will be in for a treat. So yeah, the old evil Rizzo. Thank you for kind of ripping me off, but in a good way. What else is in here? This, I met these guys before, or some of the guys, at Pankakerfest, but the Korpsand contingent once again was there. This is Bröder with their latest full length, and I have no idea what it's called. It's called Skarp Retter Fossetro or Fossetlet, something like that. Thanks guys for making it easy. Broder is basically the two brothers that are in the Korpsand circle that make a unholy racket. This one is on Extremely Rotten for this release, and it's actually more orange than I would have thought. It's kind of a Dead Crush affair. Broder is, I always lump them into the category of yeah, the Danish black metal sound that Korpsand is kind of known for because they do a lot, as you know. But they are, during the set, it dawned on me and on Jules that it is very much a death metal record or a death metal band. Especially on this, it just shows up way more. Being on Extremely Rotten, knowing that they have connections to Frenelit and all those bands, it's not surprising. I have to thank the entire group there. While I was loading my PayPal, one of the guys was, "What are you doing? This is yours. It's just a gift." So thank you very much. These are the brethren drinking some brews and playing some tunes. I think they still, my respect for that circle is immense, and I really hope to make it to Mayhem, hopefully this year, but we'll see. Time is not a given, so isn't life. This is the Splatter Orange. I thought it was a black version. There was a pre-order or a party records. They did this party at Extremely Rotten store, and I don't know, there was some food there, which I remember was some weird kind of food thing too. But yeah, they had the stall with this record. Maybe it's just the color. Excited to put this on and listen if the intensity is as good as on stage, because god damn it. This was the second to last band, and I made sure I was still clear enough to witness this entire thing, because yeah, as you can imagine, they were the top of my bill. There was a Belgian contingent there. Hi Jules, hi Jurgen, hi Mrs. Phantom Lure. They had a stall there, the frog, witch, dwarf, goblin label, if you will. And they had one band playing there just before Broder called Midan. There is a Dunk vinyl catalog. Of all the things I had to carry back, I picked the booklet also just because it has so many nice colors and gives a nice overview on what can be pressed at Dunk. None of my stickers made it, so these are two really shabby. NTS, which is the co-producer of the fest, and a internet radio thing, I guess. And these are the two last records for this bag. Yes. This was the shock of the festival, I would say. Not really a shock, because I knew of the Cercle Mortuaire, I guess, from France. London is still on my nose. But I knew them because they played black metal. Black metal, the closest thing to compare them in feel and how it all looks is the Garde Noire, of course. They were there, but they didn't play as one of the black metal acts in their circle. They played as Midoran. And Midoran is on the... I'll show this one first, sorry. This is Victorian Spectre. I don't know too much about it. It is one of the projects on Phantom Lure, and it is hard, noisy dungeons and ambient, I guess. Live, it was, there's the Obi. Live, it was one guy twiddling the knobs, or whatever you want to call it. It was a big racket. He screamed. He had this drape over him. Everything you want. Beautiful cover, beautiful back. The optics for this label are always more than on point. There is no inserts, and it is basically two black vinyls. Mr. Phantom Lure, we need to talk. There is no insert. No, there's no insert. We need to talk soon to get this affair in order, because he just kept on putting records in a bag for me. But yeah. Will the longbow flip? We'll see. So, Victorian Spectre with Her Majesty the Queen and Her Robes of State, the combined works, double vinyl edition. File under Dungeon Synth, Comfy Synth, Victorian Synth, Dark Aliens. Yeah, that's basically all the things I said. I'm going to change the tape. We're going to put on Ice in Hand. It's becoming a DJ set. Let's see. I hope it won't blast. True. So yeah. Ice in Hand with the rehearsal Unknown Roads. Then I cut off Midan. It is a rehearsal. Let's listen. Midan and Cœur Doré. This is the one. There is some promo. So I talked about Cercle Mortuaire, the French akin to all the covers that came out were on Ixion. It was all black and white. But then this stuff came shining through and came popping out. I had no idea what to expect. The fact that they were on Phantom Lure gave a clue, but I think nobody knew. There is an Obi on here. It is limited to 100. This is 6. And to let you know, I'm not going to get this off because I won't give it on. This is the color version. All the Obi color versions are incredibly nice by Phantom Lure. But this is basically a black metal band that inserts... I mean, maybe I should start with the fact that they were ranging from age 14 to 18. They were basically little kids. Now, if you see the cover, I knew this one has a beard. I mean, I don't think these are the people actually, but maybe they are. I know this is the singer. I know that one for sure, but that's it. They were extremely tight. They played the songs as they played it a million times, and I think it was their first live show. It was black metal, but then they had parts of synth stuff in there. There was some reggae-ish stuff in there, some dub. I was expecting Gabber, but that didn't show up because Jurgen from Phantom Lure assured me they also played Gabber on the record. But yeah, there you go, Cercle Mortuaire. So it's basically young kids having the time of their life. A lot of people really dug it. I think everybody dug it, but some people were saying, are they taking piss out of the genre? And maybe, but probably not. But yes, this is one of the examples that Dunk is, or can do, I should say. This is, I don't even know how to call this one, a sunburst, black sun affair, something like that. But yeah, very nice record, very nice pressing of this one. And yeah, like I said, they played, it was like a party, but when they played the metal parts, it was, I'm not going to say it was Cercle Noir or the Black Legions, but it was on point. I mean, such a tight band. All the bands were tight, but this, they were so fucking young. They were so fucking young. Okay, that was the first bag. That was Rise Above. This is the Crypt bag. So we went to Rise Above. Rise Above was okay. I picked up the Sodom for, I think, 45 pounds, which was okay for them. Maybe, no, 45 pounds, which was okay. I actually didn't buy anything there because I knew Crypt of the Wizards was going to be, dodgy for the wallet, let's say that. And knowing the fact that I didn't have my cards and we all had everything to do with Visa, I just put all my cards on Crypt of the Wizards. Now, Charlie was kind enough to bring my stash to the venue, so I had that, and which was a good thing because it turned out Crypt of the Wizards was going to be open on Sunday, but they needed a day of rest, so there was no Crypt Festation for me, which was a bummer considering we had the talks with Charlie, or I had the talks with Charlie. It's kind of a pilgrimage to go there, especially now that they do the fest, and I'm not going to cry, but I still haven't made it to the Crypt, which you will see in the end of the video is a positive thing. But he had some stuff. Let's start with the tapes. The first one is this Algis with a Techno Viking, but this is the original one. I now have, because I was hunting for this, I actually have 3 copies maybe of this tape, and the Russian version is coming in, so maybe I can trade or gift one of these. I'm not going to break the seal for now because I just love the objects too much, but yeah, it is the original Techno Viking Algis. That is one. Then we have the Blutschwur with Dose of My Blood. That is also now my second copy of this one. I forgot I had these laying there, basically. This is the Hutchin Pit version, as you can see there. This does open up, and this is basically my favorite of the artworks that were done for the 3 tapes, the CD, and the the vinyl version. I like this one the most. There you go. Mordstreich, Blutschwur, Dose of My Blood. The Rabbit Attack Corps proudly presents. Black metal is spiritual warfare. That's the truth. Pasted on, all very nicely done, of course, by Mr. Ashworm. One of these, this is the bag that came with it. Hutchin Pit, and there is, yeah, there's some more poster material, but like I said, we have a lot to go through. Tape delay, maybe. Already talked about that record. The second one is Putrid March with In Solitude. Yes. There you go. And this was actually funny. Russell, the guy that does the Crypt kind of with Charlie, he was unpacking this stuff just to see what was in there and to see what had to be paid and what not had to be paid. And there was a lot of moss falling off this tape onto the records. And I guess the DJ, what's her name? Sophie Woodard, I guess. Yeah, Woodard came to the table and she was like, "What's all this moss?" I said, "Yeah, I'm sorry, that is my fault and Ashworm's fault, actually." Yeah, one of the weirdest tapes since my noise collection. It has actual moss taped to the Rabbit Attack logo. It is a nice green tape, of course. It is goblin music. Awaken the unknown molds and die below the uncertain hell. Sick. And there you go. Here is the pointy nose goblin himself, the recluse. What is on here? Do you believe in the importance of loneliness? Yes. Rabbit Attack Corpse. So yeah, I don't have too much of this kind of music or this guy world, but I lump it into the same category as the Midan, actually. These photos are always crazy, so there you go. It's basically the same as the cover, I guess. No, different, but same. Love his aesthetics. He goes from medieval to, yeah, I mean, the Ashworm goes from, yeah, I'll get it later. It goes from medieval to this industrial to this hard, futuristic techno looking stuff. Very cool. Crypt of the Wizard badge. There you go. And then Russell gifted this to me. I call it the Forbidden Temple logo Crypt of the Wizard because it has that spider web hammer, I guess, but this is the silver embroidered. It doesn't shine really, but silver embroidered patch, which is really nice. It's basically too disco to put on a jacket, but we'll make it work somehow. Then into the record bags. I'm going to blow my nose first. Okay, onwards. London out of my nose, Jesus. Here we go. This is the first one, and this is the last one added. This is I'm blanking on the Zetas and Shadow Dungeon split on I was going to say XL, but no. Record sides are switched due to error. Shadow Dungeon is on side A and the other one on side B. Comes in this Dead Hymns plastic, legendary. There you go. This is the cover, and this is definitely a good mix, because the Zetas artwork is always like this, but it actually looks like you know, like the Shadow Dungeon guy or the Shadow Dungeon artwork also. So yeah, love how it works, love how wonky it all is. There you go. Split by these two. I have one record by Zetas, which is a compilation, so I'm curious to what the new tracks will sound like. The other one, yeah, it's just a Bosnian Blake Circle with some more great music. I don't know if it's, I don't think it's black metal. I think it's over to the Dungeon Synth again. But yeah, layout by I Knew Iblis, illustrations by KKTZ. There is a sturdy insert for the two bands. Are there lyrics on here? I guess lyrics, or there you go. And this is the Zeta sites, basically on black wax, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. Nice black wax. Something fell, but I don't know what. Not important. Charlie. Oh, I have contacted you actually. Let's work it out. Then, this one should have been in the previous bag, but this is the one that Jürgen put in last. This is another Midan, and I'm not sure about this one. Symphonic Ritual of Mysterious Times. This is not the Cœur d'Or split, but it's just basically only them, I think. But once again, young guys, and I don't know too much about it. The same Spectre over Gates or over Moongate. Yeah, Mysterious Times Quest, Spectral Vortex Ecstasy, Midnight Cocotier, Euphoric Magical Starlight, Wizard's Dance, Sunshine Paradise, and then a long journey into the galactical nights ship through infinite storm of shooting stars beyond celestial fortress on Hanarun, or something like it. Yeah, are they taking piss? I don't think so. I think they are bloody serious about what they are doing. But yeah, this one is also on a very, very nice pressing. This is maybe the title I just read you is basically what this color scheme is. It is as impressive in real life as it is on camera, maybe even more, especially when the light runs through it. So if this is not a commercial for Phantom Lure, as if they need it, or for Dunk Records if you need records pressed, I mean, wow, this is stellar actually. Yeah, very cool record. Of course, fits the bill perfectly. And yeah, excited to put this on. Actually, it's going to be, maybe I'll put it on next. Let's see, I'll put it here. So yeah, that is that. That should have been in the other pile. Then, what else is in here? This is, oh, nice follow-up. This is basically a Cercle Mortuaire, but then the black metal version. I have no clue what it is called. It is called Dégénérescence, something like that. With Ainsi nous dansons au limbe des tests on Ixial. I think this is their second output, but I mean, this is off the top of my head. I have not looked anything up. But yeah, this is what I mean with how they surprise me with their colorful side. It's all black and white, very stark looking. Yeah, just black metal stuff. Ixial, so you have these clear plastic things. Yeah, it's good to have this one. To have something for them. I'm not sure if I have anything more. They don't. They probably have tapes, but I have never seen them floating around or anything. So yeah, Dégénérescence, something like that. Then, what's this? This is the. It's been their song, the solo crossed with To the Ever Gleaming Pinnacle of Timeless Mastery. There you go. This was a record that made some waves. I think the first press sold out very quickly from Ixial, like a lot of stuff does, but this, I don't know if it has something to do with Lamb, if it is dedicated to the eternal memory of Simon Satana and Ryan Fraser. So yeah, it was dedicated to Lamb. Maybe I always linked it to that side of the world, but in intensity, what I remember from listening to it back then, it is in the same vein as that music. But yeah, once again, excited to listen to it. A lot of this stuff. on and on and on. Yeah, really nice. I'm not sure if this is the first press or the second press, because one of them was a gray white marble. This is just basically the black version. There you go. But yeah, nice to finally own this monster. I think this is the only thing he did. But yeah, that's a nice one. Let's see, 2 more for this bag. Yes. First one is this. Is it CocoCast or Lashy? I'm not sure actually. It is on the Spanish label, so it has that incense, which I'm going to not use but put out. I think it's Lashy with their demo. Horrible Room group that came. I think the demo came out in 2020 or maybe earlier already. As they all come, they come with these obese stripped. What's the thing? Poisonous Sorcery. Yes, this is from 2021, so the demo's maybe even younger. It's all in Russian, Cyrillic, so that won't get me anywhere, but I'm pretty sure it is the first Lashy demo. Yeah. Limited to 150 copies. I had to do some digging to get this one, but when I was starting to panic and starting to worry that I was going to miss out, Charlie contacted me and said, I just have a copy for you. So he just kept it for me, I guess, maybe for a year already. But yeah, here are the tape versions. I think this is the Horrible Room version, and this is the what's the label? I'm blanking on Blinding Sun's label, Axel's label. There you go. Very sick picture actually. I don't know what I'm looking at. I think he's holding a flag, maybe something like that, in front of the sea. Yeah. What is the label? Yeah. So much labels, so little sleep. Very nice record. Finally, glad to finally add this to the collection after the deluge of White Suns I have shown you. This is actually very nice to put into the collection. And Charlie, thank you for all of these. Now, all the records I have showed you that came from the crypt were distro stuff and will probably not be in stock anymore, so I'm sorry for that, but I had to wait for them too. But this one probably is, because I don't think 100 people grabbed it from the fest. You know the back, that's 2 folds metal. This is, and forgive me because it's another Danish affair, it has the fuck off in hell sticker, which is nice that I managed to grab one thing. This is Richtdin Sitztebön, something like that. It is 3 guys from COTW Circle. It is, who was the drummer? The drummer for Gabstock. It's basically Gabstock with one extra. I'm blanking on his name because I blank on everybody's name, but one of the sweetest guys from COTW, or maybe the least serious, but all Danish people are serious. Yeah, so great people. What this is maybe the last announcement for the fest. They played the thirds in line on the third, not third, in line on Saturday, and it is, if you like Gabstock, you will like this. It is in the same vein. It rocks maybe a little less than Gabstock, because Gabstock is a machine that just clicks on all fronts. This is kind of a jam, longer track. There are two tracks on here, but it's basically, I haven't heard the record. It is basically on stage, their vocals were, I don't know how they do it. It is, Jules, I talked to Jules about it, and he also said it's like they are all classically trained. They are so tight. They are, it's all Merciful Fate. They are King Diamond, the children of King Diamond. Their vocals work so well together, and they elevate each other to, yeah, dizzying heights. It's the best way to say it, but yeah. They had a great show there, which I really enjoyed. I'll put on, I'm not going to put on the Goblin, but let's do, where is the, oh yeah. I'm not going to put on the French folk, but let's put on the Mossy Goblin. So it's a bit more relaxed, I guess. So yeah, they played a enormously good set. We congratulated them afterwards, but they also had the record out in time, which wasn't the case for Castern, for example. I would have loved to buy some of their stuff. They opened the festival and they immediately killed it for maybe the hardest band on the bill. Looking at it, Vaneberg was pretty hard, Brother was pretty hard, but I think Castern takes the cake. It is the first, I think, line of the Wizard 100 series. So Crypto the Wizard has been doing records and tapes for a long time now. They have an incredible lineup. They have Vacuous is on there, Parrish is on there. Who else? I don't know. The Upstairs, Castern should be on there or coming out on there. Then the Rich, this one. Riders of Rohan, Peace Falls is maybe on there. So yeah, they have an incredible lineup. But this is the first of the 100 series. It is a black sleeve. It is a sticker that is pasted on, and then this is a pasted on cardboard OB-ish thing. The record is, I don't know if they are all the same color, but this is a hazy blue with, what is that? Is it a stamp or is it? This looks printed. This is Wizard 1-on-1. It says something in here. Yeah, something in Danish, of course. But yeah, there we go. Step into the black hole with the Wizard. So yeah, I think they're going to do more of these, possibly. But this was a perfect occasion to showcase what they can do if the great folk come together. So one of the output by the Mayhem guys that is a bit different than what you know about them. We are almost through. So this entire video looks like a apology or a yeah, I don't know, for what is going to come. But Rise Above was okay. I got something. The crypt was closed. I got everything as much as everything was paid for from the crypt. There were a lot of gifts in there, so I had a lot of cash, or I had a lot on my account. There was this guy, which I'm going to blank on his name. His logo is a Kevin Drum rework on Instagram, and he was by Russell. He was introduced to me as the guy who has a bigger stack than me at the crypt. My stack is okay, but I knew what he meant, so we started talking. He was a vinyl collector, of course, or a record collector from the UK who was there for the festival too. And we were talking about the shops, and he was like, yeah. But I didn't know Crypt was going to be closed then. He said, I went to Reckless Records yesterday, this one, and there was some stuff there that usually isn't there. Axel told me it was more of a mod shop because it was in Soho, so English music, pop, that stuff. So he wasn't going to come with us. I took the plunge because the guy I met assured me there was a lot of good stuff there. So we went there. The first thing I got was the grease that was just on the floor. This is I don't know, it's not really important, but just for the completion. It is a zine. This is the first one. This looks a bit muddy, but it has Flat White Family in here. A lot of text, Julian Casablancas, The Voids, stuff like that. So I'm not sure what it is. It's nothing to do with black metal, but it looked, especially if you see what tapes I picked up, it looked the part. So let's do the tape first, and let's go to the kicker last. They had a huge tape rack, and I think it's the kind of record shop that buys up collections, I guess, because they had some great punk stuff there. This is Vile Gash with Demo 2. And this is Life Rot, Scum, Midan, and Unfit on Youth Attack. There we go. I need to remove the sticker still, but they kind of look cool on it. So nothing too much to see here. Upside down stickers and the white tape. Vile Gash is one of those Youth Attack bands that I think I am complete with this one, or maybe Demo 1 or something, but yeah, very aggressive, very hard, very violent and in your face, hardcore from the States. Then we have, this is Raw Nerve, bit of the same thing, but less burly or whatever you want to call it. This is live at the Legion of Doom Coliseum, Columbus, Ohio, I'm sorry, in 2008 or 2009, I'm not sure. 10th of February. This is a kind of a clamshell case that has the tape in there. Raw Nerve, one of the Utatech bands. If you know the Utatech sound, this is maybe one of the better representations. Let's see what else is in here. Sex Drone with On What Draw. I had this on 7-inch forever, but the repress already, and this is the Bosch Isolation limited to 250 copies. Early Bosch Isolation is unfuckwittable for that weird Danish punk. This is one of the bands. It's still unfuckwittable, but not for the punk so much anymore. So lay it down to unfold the cards. There we go. And if you have the 7-inch, this is the cover. So yeah, really good. I was kind of surprised to see all this stuff. Yeah, good on them to have such a selection. Sex Drone. Then let's keep these two for last. This was actually the first one I got my hands on because this was on top of the rack, and this is the Total Abuse with the last show, 19th of March 2011. Once again, a clamshell. Total Abuse is one of those bands that it's hard to put into category. It is kind of hardcore punk, but it sometimes feels like Brain Bombs maybe. And they have some weird artwork all over the place. None of the shit matches. That's why I was kind of surprised to see it and to see that it was Total Abuse. It is like this. There are 7 tracks on here. Mut, Inuk, Caligula, Secrets, Early Morning, Disease, and Prison Sweat, which is a good lineup. There is a booklet with an obi, with a band holding it all together, but I'm not going to get it out because it's basically, there's some pictures in here. Yeah, it's hard. Trust me, there are some pictures in here. Maybe in the tape delay once again. But yeah, very cool to find this one. And then the two that I doubted about because of the price, but you know, this one is the Carved Cross. I think Futile Reflections on a Failed Existence. I think maybe their first full. I'm not sure. And this is on the mighty Fellowfield. 25 pounds. I don't know. Dude, that's an insane price for a tape. Yeah, it is. Carved Cross, and I have never seen it. I was going to put it back, but then I saw the I guess it's the bird that convinced me. There you go. Very sober, but cool looking Carved Cross. Also a bit dusty, so I guess someone had them in their collection and just says, need to have some cash, let's get it out. That's what I mean with a good record shop. They had everything. Then another Carved Cross, and this is Rehearsal IX V3X2. So you make of it what you will by that. But yeah, a really weird cover. Kind of reminds me of the the other white one with that weird key logo. White tape, nothing on there. Ink twice, and then it is just this. So one of the 7 million rehearsals. Side A is, can you guess? Right, Untitled, and side B, Untitled 2. 2 more Carved Cross stalwarts in the collection. So that's that. We are reaching the end point. I'm looking around to see if I didn't miss anything. I grabbed this one because it was a staff recommend and it was 18 pounds. This is Poison with one of their, not bootlegs, but Awakening of the Dead, one of the demos, I think. I was flipping and I saw, and I thought, there it is, but it was not the one I was looking for. Yeah, on Reckless, or at Reckless Records. This is a forward release. Forward Records. Awakening of the Dead, This World, Satan Commands, Intro, Wake the Dead, Yog Sothoth, Antichrist, Live in 85, and then Beyond, Alive Undead, Legions of Hell, new version, Black Dead, Live 85. So yeah. It looked good, it was in immaculate condition, and it had some archival stuff in there that if it's Poison and it's not in the collection, I'll pick it up nonetheless. It is a black vinyl version for this one. I'm not sure if there is a color. Poison doesn't need color. And then there is this booklet, or a zine, I should say, that has, a lot of good stuff in there, a lot of pictures. texts, promo material. So definitely worth picking up. Another poison thing. That was the second to last one. I'll put that here so I can drop it on the floor later. And then the last thing is the tip from the Kevin Drum logo guy. This is so I didn't spend too much money everywhere, and I know I'm making excuses for this one, but I kind of feel like I have to, because I wasn't sure if I was going to put it up. But without further ado, or without burying the lead, I grabbed A Blaze in the Northern Sky in an English record shop. Yeah, this is the 92 Peaceful classic of this record. I'm going to wipe my hands. Yeah, it is not that important, but it is that important. There you go. They had this one and they had Under a Funeral Moon side by side, and it took everything in me to not get both. What was it? What was there too? It was one guy who sold his collection. They were, as you can see, they were in the perfect state for being from 92. There was a dissection one, and then there was the self-titled Emperor EP, or the first full length for, I think that was 900 to 1,000. I'm not going to say how much I paid for this, because that is none of your business. Only three people know, me, Drazlik, and the guy who sold it to me. But it was, you know, a big budget killer. Nonetheless, it is worth it. And it is not as much as you think it is, especially when you look at the shitty Discogs. Here's the inner sleeve with the big fuck you. And I was planning on doing something irresponsible and crazy, because it was the last of the, I sold one more big part of the collection, and I was planning on doing something reckless, to do it at Reckless and to get this. I'm still trembling. It was like, when I saw it, it was like the air got sucked out of the room. I knew it was going to be there, but then to see it, I mean, yeah, I don't need to talk about this one. It just turned 32 years old. And when I was in bed that night, I was still getting sweaty that I got it. So happy with this one, happy with all the rest. That was kind of the weekend. As you can see, I talked about the bands that I adored the most, but everything was incredible. All the heavy metal at Parish really surprised me. Iron Griffin, all the heavy metal stuff. The Flickers from the Fan was incredible with his big old heads. Beast Falls was incredible. I mean, you can keep talking. Vacuous was the drummer for Vacuous was maybe my highlight, and that was the second band of the entire fest. Incredibly tight. I think he died, because I haven't seen. I was going to congratulate him, but I didn't see him during the weekend. Yeah, that's it. A lot of stuff. Can you believe I carried this, or that this was on a plane in one backpack? Actually, I can't. That's it. Thanks to Jurgen, Jules, Razlik, Axel, Russell, Charlie, Danish folk, Ulrich. The list keeps going. Thank you very much to all the people that gifted me stuff, that got in contact, that recognized my mug from these kind of videos. Thank you for reaching out. Thank you for, you know, talking and not just being a connection on Instagram. You can say what you will about the platform, but if you do it right, you can, you know, stay with an X-slinging ultimate fighter type of guy that has a heart of gold. So Axel, once again, thank you very much for showing us a great weekend. That's it. I'll see you later this week, I guess, because there's more. Peace. Have a nice day.